Mathematicians, let's do our homework on dividing fractions. All right, so the first homework problem says, a baker is making croissants. He has 18 pounds of dough. Each croissant is made from 1/8 of a pound of dough. How many croissants can he make? So remember that the first number we want to write is what we have. We have 18 pounds of dough, so that's coming first. So we're going to write 18. We're going to divide it up into pieces that are the size of 1/8. So this is our division problem. Once we have our problem, we can model it by saying 18 remains the same. We're going to change our multiplication symbol, change our division symbol to multiplication. We're going to find the reciprocal of 1/8. Remember, if there's 1 on top and 8 on the bottom, they reverse their positions, and now it becomes 8/1. 8/1 is 8 divided by 1, which is just plain old 8. So our problem is going to end up being 18 times 8. Once you solve that, that's your answer. Next problem. A chef is putting 1/16 cups of cream on top of the soup in each bowl. There are 12 cups of cream. How many bowls can the chef prepare? So this is another one we probably don't want to model because it would be a lot of pictures, but you start with the number that you have. You have 12 cups of cream. We're going to break it up, divide it into groups the size of 1 dollop of cream, which is 1/16 of a cup. Make sure that you are keeping our first number the same, changing to multiplication, taking the reciprocal, and then multiplying. Go ahead and do that one. Next up, Ellen planned to interview some applicants. Those are people who are applying for jobs. They're applying for a job in her office. She scheduled 1/4 of an hour, also called a quarter hour, so if you see the word quarter, that means 1/4, to meet each of them. How much time did she schedule for all 6 applicants? So, we have 6 people. If you want to model it, you can. There's a person, there's a person, there's a person who's like really scared about their interview. This person is sleeping. 6 people, however you want to draw them. Ooh, that one looks evil. I meant to do eyes, but that looks like an evil eyebrow. Okay. Each of them is a quarter of an hour. Remember that I said not every single one of these problems. Right here, do not assume every question is a division problem. I don't know that this is division. If you have a quarter of an hour for this person, and a quarter of an hour for this person, and a quarter of an hour for this one, and a quarter of an hour for this one, we're not getting less time, we're getting more time. 6 times more time. So you're going to set that up as a multiplication problem. Number 4. 1/8 gram of copper and 1/3 gram of silicone is used to manufacture 30 headphones. How much silicone is used in each pair of headphones? So if we are talking about silicone, do we really care about copper? Probably not. That's not part of our question, so we don't really need that. We have 1/3 of a gram that's used to make 30 headphones. But my question is about each pair. That means 1 pair. 1 pair of headphones. So we should end up with a number that is smaller than 1/3, because 1/3 represents everything we need for 30 of them. So we are going to take 1/3, what we're starting with, our 1/3 gram. We are splitting it up amongst all the headphones, and that's going to give us the answer for how many grams are in 1 pair of headphones. Hint, how many grams? Your answer should have units of grams of silicone. Next up. Olivia has half of a pizza and wants to share it equally with a friend. How much pizza will Olivia get? A friend means one other friend, one person. So there's Olivia, and there's Olivia's friend. If they start with half a pizza, this part is already gone. They have this pizza, and they're sharing it between the 2 of them. That means we're going to cut it in 2 pieces. How much does each person get? Don't forget your units are of a pizza. Pizza. Number 6, it takes 1/4 cups of oil to bake 1 cake. If a baker has 6 cups of oil, how many cakes can she make? So 1/4 of a cup equals 1 cake. How many cakes would 4/4 of a cup be? Or 4/4 is really like fancy 1. If you have 1 whole cup, well, 4/4 is 4 times as much as 1/4. That would be 4 cakes. If she then has 6 cups of oil, that's going to be even more cakes than 1 cup of oil makes. Again, not all of these are division problems. See if you can figure that one out. That might not be division. Last 2. Miss Murphy's class is making pillowcases. Why not? Each pillowcase uses 3/4 of a yard of fabric. So each pillowcase, if that's a yard is 3 feet. If that's a yard, it takes this much, this much, this much. 3 of those fourths to make 1 pillowcase. How many pillowcases can they make out of 12 yards of fabric? So if you wanted to continue the drawing, you could draw 12 yards. That's 2 yards, 4 yards. You can see why this is maybe not the best technique, because that drawing would take up your entire page. Instead, we can say, okay, if we have 12 yards of fabric, that's what we're going to be starting with. Then we're going to cut it up, divide it up equally, that's division, into pieces that are 3/4 of a yard, because that's what it takes to make 1 pillowcase. That's going to be a division problem. Keep your first number the same, multiply by the reciprocal. Last one. A bookshelf is 4 feet long. Each book on the shelf is 5/8 inches wide. Ooh, wait a minute. We have 2 different units here. We've got feet and we've got inches. So let's start by saying how many inches is 1 foot. 1 foot, which is like feet is plural of 1 foot. 1 foot equals 12 inches. So 4 feet is going to be 4 times as much as that. That is 4 times 12. You can figure that one out. But write that number right here. Okay, so that's the number in inches that you're going to then divide. So you're going to take that number. That's going to go first. I'm not telling you what it is because I want you to do that math. And you're going to divide that by 5/8. Since we have inches as 5/8, we need the units to be the same. So they both need to be inches. That's why we did that math first. So whatever 4 times 12 is, divided by 5/8. Remember, you're going to keep this number the same. If you need to make it a fraction so you can multiply later, that's fine. All whole numbers are fractions over 1. You'd change this to times. You'd find the reciprocal of 5/8. The 8 goes on top now. The 5 is now on the bottom. And you'd multiply. So I think you will probably have to make this a fraction over 1 so that you can multiply across. And so long as it's simplified, you can leave it as a fraction greater than 1. You do not have to change your answer to be a mixed number. That's it for your homework tonight.